Your teenage child has been diagnosed with persistent physical symptoms such as chronic pain and FND, and they're constantly being asked by other people like friends, family, and whoever other people about their condition. What can they say? What can they say to other people about their condition? My name is Dr. Lee. I'm a pediatric health psychologist and chronic pain survivor myself. My mission is to help teens and their parents resolve persistent physical symptoms such as chronic pain and FND so that they can get their life back and feel like normal again. Because I truly believe every teen who's struggling with FND and chronic pain deserves so much better in their lives. If you're new to this channel, make sure to grab a free PDF parenting guide on how to help your child at home who is struggling with chronic pain and FND. So today's video is about what can your child say to other people about their condition. So I have 3 principal ideas that your child can learn, and then I have some examples on what your child can say in response to what these people would say to them. So number 1, it's really important for your child to have a really good understanding of what they're dealing with. So meaning they're either FND or chronic pain, all right? So for the case of chronic pain, your child can say something like this. It's a condition where I have pain a lot of times. It's a legit thing, and I'm not making things up even though others cannot see. Sometimes I feel okay, but other times I don't feel good. I'm working with a specialist, if any, to solve my condition. So that's sort of like an opening statement of explaining what chronic pain is. Which, by the way, that means you also have to know what chronic pain is and how it is different from acute pain, which is a sign of injury. Chronic pain is not the same thing as acute pain. And I do have a video about how they're different. So check that out as well. So back to our video. In the case of FND, here's what your child can say. Kind of similar. So this is a condition where I feel XYZ, sometimes out of blue. So whether it's a fainting or having seizure-like episode or legs not moving, things like that. Okay. And it's a legit thing, and I'm not making things up, even though other people cannot see it. Sometimes I feel okay, but other times I don't feel good. I'm working with a specialist, if any, to solve this condition. So again, that's a general introduction of what it is. Okay. Second point is be straight and then fact-based. So don't beat around the bushes, but be kind of straightforward and then focus on the fact. All right. Here's the thing. If you dance around in front of other people, they're going to get confused. So sometimes it's just easier for you and your child to say, oh, I have this thing called chronic pain. I have this thing called functional neurological disorder or FND, and I have this thing called chronic migraines, and I have this thing called PNES, I have this thing called NES, and whatever it is that you've got a diagnosis of. All right. So just use a medical term and be sort of like straightforward, fact-based. The third point is your child can also add what would help your child. So here are some examples. This is a condition that I have, and then treat me like normal. Or this is a condition I have, and I may need to take more mini breaks from time to time. So is that okay with you? Or here's a condition I have, and be okay with changing the plans at last minute sometimes, but I am doing my best to pace myself. So kind of give your friends or other people a heads up. Okay. Or your child can say something like, me focusing on getting back to my life as I take care of myself is the best way to get better. So sometimes I have to put myself a priority kind of thing. All right. So those are the 3 things. Have a good understanding, be straightforward, and you can also add what it is that would be helpful for your child. So now moving on to how can your child respond to these common questions that would be asked. Number 1 question commonly asked is, but you look fine. Yes, they would say that. So you can say, or your child can say something like, I know I may look fine on the outside, but I am having a hard time on the inside. Just because people cannot see doesn't mean I am faking it. What I struggle is real. And second commonly asked questions is, are you going to get better? Your child can say, I hope so, but honestly, I can't tell. but I'm working with a specialist who is helping me, so I am hopeful. So you're not really guaranteeing, oh yeah, by the end of the next week, I'm going to get better. The reality is nobody knows. It's a crystal ball situation. So you don't really need to be definitive about it, but at least you can say, I don't know, but I'm working on it. So the third common question is, are you okay? Are you having seizures? Did you just have an episode? Oh yeah, I saw you having this thing for 5 minutes. And are you okay? Kind of like overly, almost like panicky and caring kind of question. You can say something like this. Thanks for asking, and I appreciate you care about me. The best way to help me is actually to treat me just like anyone else. Oddly, being asked about my symptoms or episodes make me think about them a lot more, which actually doesn't help me from getting better. Is it okay to talk about everything else? Thank you. So kind of like be assertive, right? But also be polite, because many people are asking these questions out of care and concern. And so you don't necessarily want to like rub them in the wrong way. However, you also want to have something to say so you feel prepared. I mean, you meaning your child feels prepared. So feel free to share this video with your teenage child and then see what they say. I am very curious about what you and your child are commonly asked by other people about these conditions. So leave a comment down below. So as you can imagine, FND is a legit condition and it can be very debilitating for you and your child. However, with the right approach, there is hope. Speaking of hope, if you and your bright teenage child are ready to take actionable solutions to resolve chronic pain or FND, then you might be a good fit for my program. Click the link below to schedule a call to talk to me directly and see if you qualify for the program. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.